Hey, it's the weekend. But I know I'm not going to quote R. Kelly. I just made a really obnoxious video for my Instagram feed. So if you want to go enjoy it, please do. It was humorous. It was humorous, guys. It was humorous. It was all about humor. So this is the weekend reading. Extra. No, rewind. Not doing extra this weekend. You know what I thought? Because a specific viewer was like, Michelle, do romance readings. And I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity on the romance to do romance right before we go into the week aheads, which I upload between Monday and Tuesday, between the 12 signs. So this is like the perfect opportunity for me to do a week ahead romance reading. Thank you so much for that idea. I'm gonna get my oracle cards just ready, just in case. I just want them. But this is gonna be a general reading for romance coming up for the week ahead, or the weekend / week ahead. How about this weekend romance? Always focusing on romance, honestly, because romance isn't even usually my focus on love. Love is eternal and unconditional, and it can happen in the most beautiful places. And I honestly believe that we are surrounded by love all the time. And if we don't feel it in our lives, or if we've decided to give up on it, it's because we have clearly been hurt, and maybe had to have our heads up our you-know-whats, because it really is all around us all the time. If not by the earth beneath your feet, or the trees that you can lay your hands on, by the unconditional love that we have with our cats and our dogs and our birds, and then the experience of love that we have with our families. And why do we constantly undermine that love? Because it's not romantic love. So right now, first thing, priorities first, my shout out is to real, true, unconditional love that is circling around us all the time, everywhere. The state that we should honestly constantly try to elevate ourselves to be connected with everything all at the same time. Like, that is love. That is what love is. And yes, I promise you that it is all around you. And if you're caught up with just this romance love, then I would suggest you actually shut this video off. Yeah, I honestly would. I would suggest that you just shut this video off, because your focus has got to be on that big love. Your connection has got to be on that unconditional love, that state of love, that acknowledgement that you already have love, that love is all around you, and that state of gratitude and love inside yourself before any kind of romantic love comes in, because romance is really superfluous. I know it's so important to us, because that's the kind of love that will give us that like arousal, which is like a high, and will give us all kinds of, juices flowing. The juices get to pumping like the bass. But that's not love. That's a whole slew of other different things, like eroticism and arousal and attraction and lust and happiness and elation and excitement. But that's not the same thing as love. So first, I would suggest you readjust and understand, you reassociate yourself with what love really is, and then it will be much better applied to you finding romantic love, because then you'll be prepared for it, and it won't consume you. It will help you grow and nourish you. So that was my general message, my intuitive message that I hope you listen to. It's really not, that after school special spiel. It's not. It is 100% the absolute truth, and the place where you need to be before romantic love comes into your life. Because I tell you, if you're not there, it's going to keep being that hurtful kind that makes you want to give up on love. But it's not really love. It's just addiction and chasing the dragon and expecting other people to make you happy when the happiness isn't inside of yourself already. It's all of those things that you need healing for. You do. You need to give yourself time to heal. I think too many times we rush into the next romance because we expect it to sort of put Band-Aids on wounds that are pussing and oozing, and we wonder why the Band-Aids fall off so quickly. Because we haven't healed them. We haven't healed the actual wound. We haven't healed the actual sickness. And it's that unconditional kind of love that I ask people to think about and try to remember the last time they felt it in their lives. Even if it was with their dog or their cat or, you know, their mother or their father or their sister or their best friend. That's, if everybody constantly says love is, oh, there's different kinds of love. There's different kinds of love. No, there's different expressions of love. There's different relationships that are founded on love. But there's one love, because love is intimate and unconditional connection. With union, with spirits, with earth, with atmosphere, with everything around you. That's what love is. Love is that divine connection. God is love. You know, that I was raised Christian. I am no longer practicing Christian, but it is the truest statement that I ever heard. God is love. And to me, God is all. God is everything. God is the penultimate, the forward, the back, the behind, the... I'll share the card with you just a sec, because it's perfect for this. The forward, the behind, the back, the past, the future, the present, the everything. What we know, what we don't know, what we've discovered, what we haven't discovered, the rights and wrongs. It's everything. God is ultimate. And God is love. It's the connection to that higher source, that experience that's larger than all of us. That's what love is. That's what love is. And all those other things that are associated with love are fundamentally why we start to, you know, give love. You give love a bad name. I hear you, Bon Jovi. I hear you. Because we do. We associate all these horrible things with love when it's not love at all. It's not love at all. We stay in all these horrible relationships, get into ourselves in these complex three-party situations, all because we're chasing another high. And we have to take responsibility for that. If we want to heal our hearts and find real love. There you go. And the card that came out so far, oh, it is perfect for this. It is perfect for this reading. It is perfect for this reading because there's a lot of chaos coming out. Ooh, choose love. Choose love. This is source. This is getting back to that association with all the things that are love. You see in this card, this is not just romance. This is not Romeo and Juliet on a fucking balcony. This is friends playing. This is a group of women, you know, consulting each other and supporting each other. There's the romance over there, you know. Oh, but it's on the back burner, man. It's way back there. There's that experience of love with your family, with your friends, with community love, that youthful love, that regenerative, restorative, because the peacock is a sign, just like the phoenix, of resurrection. That love that is immortal and continues forever. Instead of sitting over here, almost in the dark, thinking of just romantic love, it's you're being called to choose real love, that big love. Why is this message so important? Because I want to help everybody heal and get to that place where they're actually experiencing truth and real beauty and real love. And they're in a relationship with somebody who loves them unconditionally, that they that with full reciprocity. You understand? And until you get connected to that source love, you're not ever going to find anything but a romance that walks away from you. Simple acts of kindness, because love is not loud. Love is not grand. I know we all want that big bam, boom, explosion. I know what we want. I know what we want. You got to tell me. I've had the fantasies too. I don't think that there's anything in this message that's asking us to give that up. I think it's asking us to get that at a deeper level. You heard me. At a deeper level. Trust me. Once you felt real love, you have never felt a bing, bam, boom, explosion bigger than that. You haven't. Not when you can get that romance and that connection with somebody that you actually are in love with. Actually are in love with. And remember, true love is what? Patience, kindness. It comes in softly. It's not big and entertaining like a brass band that just blasts in your ear. That's not what it is. Love comes in subtly. It's patience, it's kindness, it's accepting somebody's weaknesses and strengths and making sure they accept yours, because love is always reciprocal, full reciprocity. It's not love if it's only you feeling it for them. It is admiration, right? It is definitely admiration. And it can be very sincere that you care about somebody. But love is a connection at the core. Love is a connection. And if you love somebody that is truly unrequited, then at some part of you, at some level, there is love between the two of you. They just don't want the romantic relationship, or they don't feel the physical attraction. It does not mean that they don't love you. Okay? It absolutely, if it's real unrequited love, quote unquote, it's conditional that there is actually love there to begin with. And love is a connection, so two people have to be feeling it. But don't get it twisted. It doesn't mean they have to be sexually attracted to you. The person I love the most in this whole world, I will never feel any sexual attraction to, because they're my kid. You hear what I'm saying? But we have to bring ourselves back to that sense of source love, that understanding that this is what real love is, so that when we get into the romantic love, and this is why romantic love ain't for children, okay? It's for grown folk. It is for men and women, not little boys and little girls. Why? Because we're supposed to be the ones that are mature enough to distinguish what's real and what's not. And see, so like romantic love is that love that is for adults only, because it involves all those other things that can be very heightened and very addictive and distract a weaker nature. Okay? That's why it's for adults only. Romantic love is the biggest triple X of all, because it intoxicates us, and we have to be grown enough to handle it. And a lot of times we just sink on down. We sink on down and get sunk, and we let it twist our idea of what love is. Romance is not love. Romance is superfluous to love. It comes after the fact. That's the truth. That's the truth. And if all you're wishing for is all the explosions, then what you're really wishing for is the drugs, the highs. That's what you're really wishing for. The connection comes first. And you have never ever felt real love the way that you will feel it when it is present first. And then there's that other stuff on top of it. I'm telling you. Simple acts of kindness. Go slow. Go gentle. And this is with love itself. Don't demand that love looks a certain way. Don't demand that love smells a certain way, behaves a certain way, has a specific age, type, height, weight, color of his eyes, her hair color. Come on now. Come on now. How are you ever going to get to know the true soul of somebody if you've already positioned and designed them and made them all up? Come on now. I told you, I did this video a couple of weeks. I did this video a couple of weeks ago. A couple of weeks ago, I did this video. Or a couple of days ago, I said this. When you find your true love, this is a message for you guys. When you find your true love, when you find that person that you can have, and I don't know if you believe in true love, first love at first sight, all of those things, because I certainly do, but maybe some people don't. Maybe to some people it's scientific, it's just a bunch of chemical reactions, and I respect that viewpoint as well, because clearly there's proof to back that, there's evidence to back that up. It's not that I want to disqualify that, it's that I want to say this. When you meet that person, and there could be many people that you can connect. Hypothetically, we should be able to love everything and all. We should be able to connect with everything, right? But that special love that is that true love plus all that other stuff, That's a unique kind of chemistry. I know that does not happen every day. And yes, I feel that there's a part of our soul that will recognize that person, not the way that they look, which is why so many of y'all have been sending me those messages, and I hear them loud and clear, talking to me about dreams. And you know who I know you'll hear it right away. You tell me about dreams. You tell me, and it's the same theme all the time. I dreamt about him. I dreamt about her, but I couldn't see their face. Because it's not about their face. It's about how they make you feel. And that is how you're going to distinguish your real love, your real counterpart, your real soulmate. How they make you feel. They will make you feel safe. They will make you feel accepted. They will make you feel secure. They will let you know that even in your worst, most awkward time, you are perfect and pure, and you are welcome. You are accepted for who you are. But this is also somebody that you reciprocate that for. It's not just them giving to you and you taking. That's not the relationship here. Love is full reciprocity. So you have to feel those things for them too. On the bottom, we have forgiveness. Why do we have that card? Because there are many of you that need to untether yourself to past relationships. Forgiveness is freeing and liberating yourself from all of those hurts and depressions and those past associations with love being a horrible thing because you confused other more addictive things like great sex or chemistry for real love. And you have to break those ties through forgiveness. Through forgiveness, you have to break those negative associations with love, because that's not what love is. How do you break ties? The only way you ever really release somebody is through forgiveness. And forgiveness is simply this. I need to try to attach Nicoholas Ashbaugh. He has a YouTube channel. I'll try to put the card above. I always say that and then I forget it. I apologize for that, guys. Nicoholas Ashbaugh. You guys have probably seen his channel. He's a very big following and he's absolutely lovely. Lovely. And he gives a guided meditation of how to let go. And how do you let go? Because I'll tell you right now, if you're still like, I hope they get what they deserve. If you're still like, oh, I'm fucking pissed, or oh, I'm gonna get them, or I can't wait to see what that anger tells me you're not in a position to let go. That you are still engaged in this negative cycle with the person, and all you're doing is putting your energy into anger instead of ecstasy. Right? That's what it is. Anger is that disappointed love, but it's still your attachment to them. To really relinquish an attachment to somebody, you have to validate the lessons that you learned from them. You have to honor the lessons that you learned from them, honor the experiences that you had with them, accept that it's over by extending gratitude for their part in teaching you what you needed to do to be the better version of yourself. And that's how you really realize, oh, I'm not the person that fell in love with them. I'm the butterfly that emerged from the cocoon. I'm different now. I can't go back. The tethers are cut, because when you realize the tethers get cut, when you realize you're a different person now. The experience with that person was alchemical and transformed you into something that is different. And that person is no longer held, that new person, your ties and your tethers to that past relationship fell off when you popped out of the chrysalis. Because that was old stuff. This is new stuff. And that's really what forgiveness is. It's rebirth. Because you've completely become something so new. Okay? So that's the part of forgiveness that we have to do to get ourselves to that point. To that point of ability to really love and call in love again. Nothing is gained by holding on to past disappointments. That's what it says. And that's what we should hear. All right. Slow down. Slow down. You're moving too fast. You gotta make the moment last. Just kicking around the cobblestones, having fun and feeling groovy. You heard that song? I just got my hippie chick on. Yes, I did. So, slow down, because clearly you need time to heal. And clearly that you haven't woken up from those dreams yet. This is somebody that you're connecting to in your dreams. So it's going to take time to manifest those dreams into the 3D world. Right now, it's still being born, like a little seed still buried underneath the soil. That's where your love is, because right now, you're not ready. And everybody keeps asking, well, when? Well, when? Well, when? Well, when? Well, when? You're not ready now. And I can tell because you keep asking, well, when? Well, when? Well, when? Well, I'll tell you when. When you've stopped asking, well, when? When you don't even think about, well, when? When you're so happy and in love with who you are, and you're on such a high frequent, you're in such a harmonious place with all aspects of yourself. You're calm, you're secure, you're filled with love every single day and everywhere. That's when you're going to usher in this beautiful relationship that you want. And you're going to actually then be able to spend time together instead of meeting in your dreams. But you have to slow down and heal first. This is this new moon behind them. This infinite possibilities and this new abundant fruitful love. The cards came out in this order because that's what it's meant to happen. That's how it's meant to happen. You get these new blossoms, this new choice and acceptance of love. When you have healed, when you're already living in the abundance of love all around you. And I've talked about this. This is that kind of youthful love. It's once you've healed, you can literally love again as if you've never been hurt. And isn't that what we really want? To be accepted for everything that we've experienced. But a lot of us are like, I need somebody to love me for all my scars. Well, that's true. But you have to incorporate those scars. First, you have to incorporate all those scars into who you are now. And you have to accept those scars. Most people are asking for when they say, I want somebody to accept all my scars, is those scars aren't really scars. They're still open wounds, and they want somebody to come tend to them. You have to heal you. And those scars are a physical representation of that new person. They've transformed who you are. They demonstrate that you have, from the inside out, healed. And that's proof to the world. And that's why scars are so beautiful. That's why because they demonstrate that we're no longer injured. We've healed from the inside out, because scars and wounds, you have to have that internal healing. All stitches do is help to protect a wound, especially a deep wound, as your body does its natural healing. But that takes time. That takes time. Okay? And once we get to that place where we've learned to love all our scars, from that, let me see. This Is Me. I'm going to try to timestamp that too, because that's a great song for what I'm talking about. It's not like I learned to love me once I'm the bearded lady. Once I shaved my beard and lost weight. No, I've learned to love everything about me. And I've learned to accept and understand that this is me, and this is how I deserve to be loved, because this is who I am. This is who I am. But who I am, I'm not trying to make excuses for people who are still all over the place and in an unhealthy place, and they expect other people to heal them or tolerate with them bleeding all over the place, right? I saw a meme once that was so perfect for this situation. What was the meme? The meme said something like, you need to heal your wounds, or else when you meet a new person, you'll be bleeding all over them. You can't bleed all over somebody. They're not the ones that caused you the wound. Plus, you're never going to get this new, pure, beautiful kind of love if you haven't allowed yourself to step out of the chrysalis and become that new person. It's not that you've forgotten who you are. It's that you've become something better. All right. I want to get some, that's the general love message, guys. That's the general love message. But let's pull some cards in terms of, I don't know. Maybe in terms of tarot, a little bit of tarot, to help get some. See, I don't really want to pull timestamps because your healing is your process. Maybe just some general advice for healing. General advice for healing. That was my quiet moment. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Yeah, there's love coming in. There's love available. There's an opportunity that's fulfilling, that's coming in unexpectedly. And this is definitely an offer. It's an offer of healing, maybe for many of you. This is a Knight of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Energy, not necessarily the zodiac sign. So it's a nurturing, it's a healing, it's an emotional expression, not, doesn't have to necessarily make sense, but it's definitely a message of love coming into you. And I still feel like this message of love that you should be receiving, the Knight of Cups doesn't move extremely rapidly. He is just second only to the Knight of Pentacles in terms of how careful he approaches things. Yep, but then we have the Page of Pentacles as well. So maybe for some of you coming up, this is an emotionally fulfilling offer in a new career, in a new means of success, in a new project or, job offer. But it's definitely a stable offer is what we're talking about. And I was just talking about the Knight of Pentacles and then the Page of Pentacles came up. This is a young, fresh, new offer, but it is going to take, and this is why I said it's going to take time to come in, because there's healing involved. And I do associate the Knight of Cups with opportunities to heal, opportunities to replenish yourself and refill your cup and to give yourself the nurturing that you need. So there is this new offer coming in, but it's not going to be for a while. It's not, because I think for anybody watching this video, you know that you need time to heal. However, Cups and Pentacles, you need time to heal. I'm intentionally not sharing that information with you. I'm intentionally not sharing that information with you because I don't want to put a timestamp on it. Right? I don't. There's victory and success coming. There's victory and success coming. And the sequence was Knight of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and Ace of Swords. So that triumph and victory comes after we've given ourselves time to heal and we've started to focus our aspirations upward. In other words, this is a new interest. This is a new hope. This is not hope. It's a new interest. It's a new prospect for love, but also for ourselves. Right? It's just reiterating exactly what I got from the romance cards. There is going to be victory. For those of you that need a message, this is your message. There is victory on the horizon. There is victory on the horizon. But it is slow moving. It doesn't speed up until the healing and stability have come in. And when you ask for a time frame, it's almost like you still want the universe to be doing most of the work. You have to take a leap of faith. You have to say, I don't need a time frame. I understand my commitment to making myself heal. I understand my commitment to becoming a person that can be loved, can accept love, can believe in love again. And that can really love somebody unconditionally and know how I deserve it, how I deserve them to love me. Yeah, we have to know how we deserve to be loved before we give away love. And there you go. This is the Empress. This is abundance. This is prosperity. This could be a whole new life, that when you finally get to this point, there's going to be pregnancy and fertility. But there's definitely abundance here. There is definitely growth and progression. Knight of Cups, healing. Page of Pentacles, new prospects and stability. Ace of Swords, victory and success. And then the Empress. So if your answer is, in terms of time, when is it coming? When you have become an Empress. When you've established yourself to a point where your abundance comes entirely from inside of you. You don't need somebody to feed you. You could feed the world, but you also sit on your throne because you know how much you're worth. That's when love comes in. This is a healing message. This is a healing message for today. And I think that I'm going to end it here. It's not just for today. It's for the weekend and the week ahead. And yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of doing, moving forward, I'm thinking of doing at this point, moving forward, I'll do a week ahead romance specific reading. And I'll do it in the extendeds for each of the zodiac signs. But right now, I don't have that space and that platform set up yet. But expect that coming next week. For this week, this general message of love and romance is, I feel like there's a lot of healing and readjustment that still needs to go on. And if you're in a place where you keep asking when, you're very, very far from your love happening to you. You really are. And you're at risk, just to let you know, you're at risk of getting yourself into another karmic bad situation, because what you're going to respond to is a person who can get you high, not get you healed. Only you can get you healed. I know. What an unfun reader. She's supposed to tell me when my true love is coming in. She clearly doesn't know how to read the cards. Oh, I know how to read the cards. And I know how to read the energy. And there's a lot of healing that has to be done. And I stand by that. I stand by that. Love will come to you when you embody love. That's it. Happy weekend, everybody. So this is in conclusion. I want to clarify what I meant in my reading, because I know that there are a lot of people who watch these videos who get really discouraged when, I don't want to hear this general reading. I don't want to hear this. I want to hear when. I want to hear when. How about this? Next week's reading, I will have my platform all set up so that if you want the segmented Zodiac Romance week aheads, you can go and get them on Vimeo. That's where they'll be. But here's the deal. And this is why I didn't do a timeline this week. I didn't want to get into anybody's head a timeline. In other words, I don't want to be backed into a corner, if you will, and feel like I'm being bullied into saying things that people want to hear just for the sake of getting watched videos. That's not me. I 100% believe that my purpose here is to help people heal, okay? And I'm not going to say things that aren't true just to get approval. So I will give those messages. I will give those timelines coming next week. I'll give the general reading. That's a half hour to 40 minutes long. And then I'll segment it off by zodiac signs if you want to, if you want to see. You can go over to Vimeo. But understand this. That is all based on one understanding. And that is those videos that will contain some sort of timeline, that will contain some sort of progress, that will contain more specifics, are all based on the accepted truth that you have reached that point of healing, self-acceptance, and forgiveness for all your past partners. Because once you reach that point, I know love is going to soar in, and I can give you a timeline on that. But I cannot give you a timeline if you're still in the process of healing. And the reason why I can't do that is because I prioritize your healing, and I'm not going to rush you through that. If it takes 1 year, if it takes 1 month, if it takes 10 years, take all the time you need to get healthy and be well and have a beautiful life. And the key to that is not somebody else coming in and making you feel good. That's just chasing another dragon, chasing another high. And the idea that you still want that right now is an indication, if you still want that right now, is an indication that you need to heal first, that there's still sickness there. And I'm not judging you. I'm giving you permission to take as much time as you need to heal yourself. Because once you get there, then the timeline can start. So those timelines are for people who have gotten to the point of self-love and I'm just reorganizing my cards, guys. Self-love and self-acceptance and self-appreciation and forgiveness for old hurts, damages, whether they had been done by an ex-partner or by parents, whatever the life disappointment was. Once those are healed, I know I'm not saying that you need to be a perfect person to be loved. That's not what I'm saying. But you do need to be somebody who is capable of being loved. And that is not the truth if you are still filled with anger and filled with hurt and filled with pain and looking for somebody else to come up with those solutions for you. I know. Listen, I understand that none of us wants to hear that message. We all want to hear that it's the white knight, but the truth is that's just us putting the responsibility for our own healing onto somebody else. Make me feel good, make me feel better, and do it now. That's a karmic lesson that's unlearned. That's what that is. I'm just being honest with you. So come next week, look for these videos next week. I will be uploading them next week on my Vimeo page that I'm just setting up now. I will be uploading them if you want to hear an extension. You're still going to get this full general vibe, general energy feeling, and it will change too. When the general vibe and energy changes to the point, remember, we're just coming out of a lot of planets being in retrograde. A lot of planets forcing us to pay attention to healing and tying up those loose ends. Like that's the position that we're in right now. It's not me making it up. The energies will change. When I feel that there's going to be rapid fire for all of us, or that a lot of love is in the air, I'll say it. I've been saying that for the people who are ready and have done their work, twins are coming into union. You're meeting your twin at the latest by Scorpio season. But that's for people who have done that work in and of themselves. And for those of you who haven't yet, that's not a judgment call on you and your worthiness to be loved. I know you're worthy to be loved. I also know that right now you haven't understood how you are worthy to be loved and what love really is and what it feels like. And you're at risk of getting into just another bad situation. So I'm giving you permission to take all the time you need to heal. And yeah, you don't need my permission, but some of you need a little bit of a reminder, and I'm happy to supply it. So look for those videos to come, those videos that will fulfill some of you a little bit more, because you want a little bit more specific information. And but I'm not going to put it as a general reading, because I also don't want to put the pressure on people or give a false message to people who haven't really done the work or haven't gotten to that point yet, and then now they're going to feel like they're behind or that it's being denied to them, and it's not. So I'll share the general energy video with you guys next week, and then you'll have the choice to get the extended message. I just feel like that's the most responsible way to do it. I will talk to you next week.